Hello and welcome back, episode 162. We're going to do a bit of more complex rotation. Okay, let's pop a block down. This is going to be our objective. Create objective. And this is going to be a little toggle that switches between 0 and 1. So what should I call it? Scoreboard, objectives, add, switch. Makes sense. Switches between 0 and 1, or we could call it toggle, or we could call it Boolean or something. Okay, let's press that. Now we are going to have 1, 2, and this is going to be to summon our entities. Summon entities. Doink. Let's find a place. We're going to have the controller here, so let's get a line for the controller. Let's get a block. Let's put it here. Fill, tab. Copy that value there. You'll be our controller when we get around to doing you. Let's pop a little lever on. Okay, summon entities. First of all, let's summon a marker. Okay, normally I use armor stands. I like to see where things are, but I'm going straight for a marker this time. I'm going to summon it there, and I'm going to give it a tag. Tags, it's a list, so square brackets, and I'm going to call it the origin. This is what the next entity, our armor stand, is going to spin around. Done. Okay, summon armor stand. This one's going to be an armor stand because I want to put a block on its head so we can see something spinning around. Same coordinates is fine because it's going to get teleported anyway. And let's give it a load of tags. Let's start with being able to target it, I suppose, would be good. And I will call it rot for rotation. And I'm going to make it a marker. True. Sometimes I use 1B, sometimes I use true. I kind of like the true thing. It's going to be invisible. True. And I want to put something on its head. So armor items, it's a list, square brackets. Nothing on its little feet. Nothing on its legs, no chest plate. We're going to have something on its head. ID, count 1B, ID. What should we put on his head today? Minecraft, redstone block. He's got a redstone block on his head. And the last thing I'm going to do is give him some rotation. It's a list. 0F, 0F, that will do. Okay, so that should summon 2 things. Let's just have a quick look. Looks good, done. Summon them, we can't see them. We can only see the block. Okay, now let's do the controller. Needs redstone, yes, because I've got a lever on top so I can turn it on and off. Right. We want to check the switch score. So that's what's going to be toggling. So if we've got a switch score of 0, we do something, and if it's 1, we do something else. So the first one, execute as any entity tag equals rod, unless its score add s switch matches 0 add itself. That's where we're going to execute, add itself. Positioned as any entity whose tag equals origin, sort equals nearest, limit equals 1. Okay, what will we do? We will run teleport yourself. Okay, and these values are the values we can play with. We'll play with them shortly. First thing we're going to do is copy all of this. So let's press done. We'll do control middle mouse. We'll put it down and we'll change it to always active chain. And we want to change this command a little bit. The last one was unless score equals. So we're going to change this one to if score equals. Okay, and that's all we're going to change. Done. So we've got this one which will run unless score equals 0. So, and this one, if score equals 0. So we're going to switch between the two each time we run down this command chain. So now let's get a command block which is actually going to do that switching. So we will execute as any entity tag equals rot, and this time we're going to look at its X rotation as well. X rotation equals 90. Okay, let's get rid of that square bracket there. So we're checking for the rot tag and its X rotation has to equal 90. If that is true, we are going to store the result of a test we're going to do. Where are we going to store it? We're going to store it as a score on the armor stand. We'll store it in switch. And what's the test? The test is if score at the armor stand switch matches 0. So if score at S matches 0, if that's true, we'll get a 1 as the result, and we'll store that 1 into the switch score. So it will change it. If the switch score is already 1, then it doesn't match 0, and we'll get a 0 as a result, and we'll store that into the switch score. So it's just going to switch 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Each time it goes down this chain, it's going to do one of these, and then it's going to go 0 or 1, 0 or 1 between them. Now let's pop another chain on the end, and we're going to turn the armor stand around. Execute as any entity tag equals rot X rotation equals 90, and we will do the command add itself. We will run TP himself to the same location, but minus 180 there, and I see the little problem we've got right there. We've missed a whole word out. Run. Okay, so that's just going to make him turn around. Done. Right, now we're going to go back to these first two here because we haven't put any values in. So this third little hat, third caret, this is how far away from the origin it will be. I'm going to say it's going to be 2, and let's put a 3 here. This is its rotation value. We'll play with them in a minute. Done. So if that one's 2, here we'll have a -2, and we'll also put a 3. Okay, done. Are you there? Yes, you are. Let's turn that on and see what we get. Okay, well, we pretty much got the same as what we had in the last rotation video we did. We're going round and round. Okay, that's fun. But what we can do here is we can play, well, we can change these values here. We can change how we summon it, which angle it's at when we summon it. But much more fun is changing these angles here. So we're currently 2 away. Let's make it 3 away. And we're going to put a 3 in there as well. 3, 3, 3. Okay. Let's make it 3 away, and we'll have 3, 3, 3. So now we should be rotating on 2 axes. So yeah, he is. He's going around that way, and he's also turning around that way. That's much more exciting. So we've got a little bit more complex rotation. What you can do is you can play with those numbers there. We can just chuck them off. Let's put a few more on and see what happens. One more. Hey, look, there we go. That's pretty cool. We've only using 4 command blocks there, and we've got, it's pretty interesting. That's my computer because I'm rendering something. That's not the map going, oh, I can't cope with 4 command blocks. I shouldn't have recorded this while rendering. Anyway, what you can do is you can fiddle with these 3 values. So there's your distance from the origin, and then you've got these ones as well. They don't have to be the same. Let's change them to 6 and 10. In fact, you'll see when it switches now. So it uses one set as it goes around, and then when it gets to the bottom, it switches, and then when it gets to the top, whoosh, it switches to the other one. I could watch them for a while. Anyway, that's a little bit more complex rotation. Knock it up. You've only needed those 4 command blocks running, and play with some values and see what you can make. I will see you next time. Bye bye.